I'm not a prophet. I'm not a prophet. I'm just saying that as a dude who's praying, God's telling me, buckle up because you are going to be in for a wild ride. And let me explain how. Throughout history, guys, whenever there is a crazy financial ripple in the system, things get nutty. You know, it used to be that even salt was traded as currency. And when that got switched away from that currency to another currency, things happen. There were even wars fought over salt. And so whenever there's an issue with a major currency shift, especially now that we're in this global economy where all the money is just intertied, country to country, business to business, things get nutty. Well, I'm not sure if you've seen this, and it's kind of important because a lot of this stuff isn't, well, frankly, getting reported. Check this out. Yeah, yuan to replace the dollar as Russia's main foreign currency. Okay, no big surprise there, right? There's obviously trouble that's going on over there in Europe, and we've, as a country, not me as an individual, I'm saying we as a country, everybody's picked sides, right? And so the problem is this. Russia is replacing the dollar. It's been on a steady decline for a long time, just to be fair. It's been on a steady decline for a long time. However, now it's kind of official. They're done. They're going to be out. It says here, according to the regulator, the share of the dollar and euro in the Russian market has consistently declined over the past 2 years as a result of the redirection of trade. Why would there be a redirection of trade that flows to the east and a change in the currency of settlements to rubles, yuan, and other currency to friendly countries? Wow. Russia has actively begun to replace the dollar and euro in foreign trade and Western sanctions imposed over the Ukraine conflict. It has since dramatically reduced the number of bank accounts and transactions between companies and financial institutions involving Western currencies. Prior to the conflict, the share of the U.S. dollar and euro in Russia settlements was around 90%. Okay, now I want to be very clear. There's an important reason why this is going to be important to you. How many of you guys are old enough to have had a home or owned a property or been entangled in that whole housing market crash? What was it, about 15 years ago, 18 years ago, somewhere around there, 15 years ago, something like that? Because we did. We had a home in Florida that was way overvalued. And we were one of those families that we got a loan because the government said, we'll back the loan. And we just went, okay, we don't make that much money. Not a problem. We'll still give you the loan and it'll be not a problem. And it's a tiny little payment. And we were able to afford it. No problem. And we thought, what a great investment. This is going to be awesome. And then the market turned and everything kind of just came tumbling down, right? And it was because of all of the mortgage scandal thing, and they were over leveraged everything, and everybody's it became a mess. I don't want to go into all that. It became a mess. Well, guess what? Whenever there's a gigantic ripple in the system, it affects everybody. It just kind of goes like this. Now, here's part of this. Combine that with interest rates going crazy. I mean, our Fed is just barely hanging on by the skin of its teeth, the fingernails, and I would say the Fed's not even really doing us any favors. What do you think? Type down in the comment section below. I think, and I know what some of you are all going to say about the Fed. That's a separate issue. I know what you're going to say. But the Fed, I think is only kicking the can down the road for what is inevitable when it comes to financial issues. You tell me what you think, because it's only one guy's opinion, right? That combined with increasing prices for everything, right? Inflation is real. Don't believe what your lion eyes tell you, right? And yet we're told on TV and the media and by the powers that be that it's great. It's dropping, except they may forget this one pesky little thing is that I actually look at the receipts of the grocery store bills and go, wait a minute, it's not going down, it's going up. Wait a second, why does it cost me $30 for 2 people to go to fast food now when it used to be 6 or 8? Don't believe what your lion eyes tell you. Folks, I don't know. I mean, I hope you haven't drank the Kool-Aid that bad. But whatever. So the interest, inflation is not going well. And now the job markets are not coming back as much as you're being told. All you got to do is look around and you'll see that a lot of jobs are getting replaced by tech and other things. Now, I am not going to go down the road of politicking because everybody's picked your sides. What I'm saying has nothing to do with that. This has zero to do with that, whatever. I'm saying batten down the hatches. It's coming. We can all see it. If you're paying attention, you look around the globe and major shifts are happening, even if they're not completely crazy targeting anybody. Like, I'm not saying that in any way. I'm saying that all you got to do is look, stick your finger in the wind, and you can tell which way the wind is blowing, right? Well, when these major shifts happen, guess what? It affects the little guy. And if you're watching this video, there's a 99.9% chance you're the little guy. Why? Because they don't have time for us. The ones, the way ups. I'm sure Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all the rest are not sitting back on their phones watching Big Family Homestead. What I'm saying, ladies and gents, is buckle up. Now, how can I buckle up, Brad? Well, if you know that things are going to be going up in price and markets might be fluctuating, do what you can to get things that are not going to perish right now. If the dollar, your money, fluctuates in actual value. What do I mean by that? Let me see something. Here we go. This wonderful tin of Homestead Healing Hands. No, this is not a commercial. I don't even know what we charge because I just make it. But let's just say that this thing cost $10, right? It's all frou-frou and honey and all the blah, 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 right? Okay. Let's say that costs $10, but because I can't afford to sell it for $10 and still make $3 after I've sold it, after all the ingredients and everything and selling it and da-da-da. If I can't afford to make $3, well, I'm going to bump the price. The value of things fluctuates. What a candy bar used to be 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago. Who can remember when candy bars were 50 cents? For a long time, they were 50 cents. Not so much anymore. Point being is if you can get a hold of things, they're going to hold their value. You might want to look into that. For example, what about things like spaghetti? I mean, spaghetti, like in a pasta uncooked thing. Spaghetti is going to last for years, right? I know there's an expiration date on it. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. None of that. You do your own research, right? However, if you got spaghetti today for $1 a package or whatever you get it for, and the dollar keeps going up because of all these fluctuations, Well, you just saved money. You literally put money back into your pocket because it cost you less today. Now, how do we deal with this, man, moving forward? Here's the truth. You and I, being the little guy, the 99% of us, we're not in much control at all, except for what you can do with your house, where you're at, where you live, your business. What is forced on us from above or changes that are made, we don't really have much choice now, do we? However, what we can do is do our best to take care of things and look forward as much as we can, set some things aside. You know, if you have the ability to maybe pay a few bills ahead, that'd be great. Let me tell you what, folks. Peace in the world, this is the West. It doesn't normally, historically, it doesn't normally stay this nice this long. I'm talking about the West here, like United States. There's plenty of places in Africa that are in combat zones right now. Right now. Europe, obviously. And the norm is not peace this long, not tranquility this long, not financial prosperity this long. And so I would honestly say I've been praying about this a lot. Folks, and God's telling me I'm not a prophet. I'm just saying that as a dude who's praying, God's telling me buckle up because you are going to be in for a wild ride, and let me explain how. That's what this video is about. That's what this time is about. So ladies and gents, hang in there, buckle up, do what you can. Please don't stick your head in the sand like an ostrich, because hold on, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Put your comments down in the comments section down below, because we need to rally. I got like 50 words in my mind all at once. We need to rally together if we're going to get through this. Like-minded people. Have an awesome and blessed day, guys.